Well, good evening, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell here. Weather first update for you tonight as we get ready and get set for what will be an active weather day on Friday. Not everybody is going to get severe weather as we head into tomorrow, but certainly that chance is potentially there as we go through the day tomorrow. So let's get into what's going on here. Here's our severe weather threat, and it's not just a severe weather threat, that exists. But only some of us, and maybe just a few of us, will have actual severe weather tomorrow. But all of us are going to have strong winds, really picking up later tonight into tomorrow, but especially for Friday night into Saturday, and they'll be widespread. So here's the lowdown on the severe threat and that wind threat. First of all, the severe storms would be scattered on Friday, and not everybody's going to get a strong storm tomorrow. Some of us will see some stronger storms, and some of those could produce some winds, could produce some hail, and potentially an isolated tornado or two. Most likely the timing on that is going to be during the mid to late afternoon into the early evening. And then again, everybody gets in on the strong gusty winds from Friday night going into Saturday. So you can see the clouds are on the increase now. We're getting close to sunset here in St. Louis, and you see the clouds are starting to come in from the southwest. No rain initially. It's trying, but the air is really dry right now. Our dew point temperatures are quite chilly. The energy from this system is now working its way out of California, in across the Intermountain region out west and through the southwest. It's been very active for the folks out there, and that energy is already inspiring moisture to feed up ahead of this system, and that's going to drive our showers and thunderstorms. So a big dip in the jet stream here, strong winds aloft. It's one of the ingredients we need for severe weather anywhere, but here we need those strong winds aloft, and we certainly have them in play. Here are the showers and thunderstorms developing down across Oklahoma, now starting to spread into southwest Missouri, into northwest Arkansas. These showers and thunderstorms may have some downpours. They may actually have a little bit of hail in them. They will not be the severe storms that we deal with as we head into the overnight hours. These will be the storms. They're just not going to be severe as they push towards us. So just kind of checking through the next let's say till about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, about the next 12 hours. Temperatures are not dropping that much. We're going to slide back into the 50s, but here come those showers and some embedded thunderstorms by about 11:30 to midnight into the Rolla area, in towards Steelville, Potosi, down to Ironton, sliding into Farmington. That's where you'll get some of those downpours. You may have some small hail in there, some rumbles of thunder, but even if you hear that, don't be alarmed through the overnight hours. Those are not going to be severe storms. And by early in the morning on Friday, most of that is shifting east, leaving us with mostly cloudy skies, and to start the day in the 50s, close to 60 degrees. So the Storm Prediction Center has really targeted two areas with a higher potential of severe weather that would be more widespread, a level 4 out of 5 risk. That includes far northeast Missouri, north of Quincy, up into the Quad Cities. It also includes the area from the Boot Heel heading south down towards Memphis. Now, the rest of our area is in that level 3 risk. Here's one of those ingredients. Remember, we talked about the strong winds. We have all this energy. When you get a big upper level system like this that's moving out of the plains in and across our region, it's almost acting like a big vacuum cleaner and sucking the surface air up and then spreading it out in these jet stream winds that are racing and carrying it away. And in doing so, that pulls the moisture up from the south with this whole system. So the Gulf of Mexico is wide open. That moisture is going to feed up ahead of this front with our strong and gusty winds that won't have anything to do with thunderstorms. So it becomes more humid. We have the boundary coming in. You have the winds aloft. So all the ingredients are there. And that's why there's that widespread potential of severe weather. Now, even though it's a widespread potential, remember, we kind of narrow it down a little bit to a better potential up close to that surface low where there's more available rotation and the winds aloft are stronger, and then also down a little farther to our south because those are the areas where you're going to be more unstable potentially, maybe not having as much wind shear, but more unstable and higher instability. So we think we've checked all of our severe weather boxes, the shear, the stronger winds, they're changing with direction and height. They're increasing with height. You have the lift. We're basically acting like a vacuum cleaner, sucking the air up from the ground and lifting it up, so that helps to form thunderstorms. The instability's there, the moisture's back as well. Now, speaking of moisture, our dew point temperatures are just in the 30s right now over most of the area, but the winds have turned to the south and southeast. They've become gusty today. And as we go through the overnight, that area of showers and thunderstorms that comes up from the south and west is going to help bring more moisture with it. So by daybreak, our dew points are back around 50 degrees. As we go through the day tomorrow, out ahead of that front, we will pull the moisture ahead of it. So our dew points should be pretty close to 60 degrees just ahead of that front. And that's kind of the magic threshold for, getting severe weather, assuming all the other ingredients are there. But once again, even with what appears to be all the ingredients in play and in place, we don't know how they'll actually interact with each individual storm. One thing we will watch, the front's still well back to our west here tomorrow. We will watch mid-Missouri late morning, early afternoon for the development there, and that would race off to the north and northeast. We know the storms are going to be really fast movers tomorrow. They'll be moving at 60 to 65 miles per hour. That's the actual storms. They're going to fly. Okay, so they don't hang around very long, which is good. The problem is while they're going on, they're moving so fast, that potential of wind mixing down is also there too. Plus, ahead of this front, the potential's there for rotation. Again, we see some brighter oranges and reds looking down towards western Kentucky, down towards the boot heel, and then up farther to our north. What actually develops and transpires around St. Louis, we'll be monitoring it tomorrow, but most of us, more likely than not, will not see severe weather. Some of us may not see a drop of rain tomorrow during the day. It's very possible. But again, we're all getting wind tomorrow night. So there's a stiff breeze out of the south by lunchtime. What develops back in mid-Missouri most likely is going to be on a path from, let's say, Herman to Troy to Jerseyville, north and northwest from there. So that would be our first concern around lunchtime tomorrow. Give or take an hour. So let's say from 10 to 2, we would put that threat there. Then as we head into the afternoon, we start to see the clouds break up a little bit. We're starting to see some storms maybe develop down to our south over southern Missouri, and starting to see some more scattered activity developing back over middle parts of Missouri, and then stretching in, getting closer to St. Louis by 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They'll keep building as this front comes in. Again, notice how scattered they are. There's no guarantee we're going to form a solid line of storms over St. Louis. It could happen, but it's not guaranteed. It may happen as the storms go east of St. Louis that there becomes more of a solid line. Either way, by 8, 9, 10 o'clock on Friday night, we are pushing that front through. We're bringing drier air back in, much cooler air back in, and strong winds that don't have anything to do with thunderstorms will happen all night Friday night into early Saturday morning. These wind gusts could be 40 to 50 miles per hour, perhaps even a little higher than that at times, very late Friday night into early Saturday morning. So in addition to the potential that there's some storm damage from some of these thunderstorms at some point for some of us on Friday afternoon, Friday evening early, overnight Friday night into Saturday, we have that wind advisory that pretty much encompasses all of the area. So anything that's loose is going to be whipped around by that. And there's the potential we could have additional power outages. They would be, we would think, fairly isolated because of the winds around this entire storm system that last Friday night into early on Saturday morning. So again, that's another potential thing. So if you have anything outside that can be blown around, if Friday's your garbage day, your garbage can may be in your neighbor's yard when you get home. If you have a trampoline out back, or maybe you've already put the patio furniture out, maybe you've watched the Cardinals game outside on the patio furniture this afternoon and enjoyed it, get that back in, secure it so that it doesn't end up in your neighbor's yard. So again, we have 2 weather alert days, Friday into Saturday. Friday mostly because we have the potential of severe weather in the afternoon, but going into the evening, that wind advisory actually goes in effect at 1 o'clock Friday afternoon for us. And that's going to last into Saturday with the potential Saturday morning that we'll have some 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We'll stay in weather alert at least through Saturday morning. Now, as we go into the latter half of the weekend, you'll notice a low temperature on Sunday mornings down into the 30s. The winds settle down, the skies clear out. We may see areas of frost away from St. Louis in the outlying areas, but we should make it back to near 70 Sunday afternoon. Now we're back into that unsettled pattern here heading into next week. Election day, your municipal election day is on Tuesday. We're thinking low 80s. You're saying, ooh, low 80s. Yeah, and the potential for storms. So here, it's a very similar pattern to today, except with warmer temperatures. Potentially more energy, right? So we'll have to watch as we head into the middle of next week, Tuesday, maybe into Wednesday, for the potential of some severe weather there as well. So, and Passover begins, by the way, at sundown on Wednesday, and we still have through the end of next week, even into next weekend, there's still that chance that we're going to have some showers and thunderstorms. So the bottom line here is we're going to all pay attention on Friday to what's going on weather-wise. You know, we will have some storms overnight tonight, not to worry. Those will not be severe. The storms that we see anytime after lunchtime Friday into early Friday evening, they would have the potential to be severe. So we want to stay alert and stay aware, know where our safe place is, have a plan, be ready to act in the event that you have one of these storms threatening you. You know, anytime you have severe weather, as many walls as you can put between you and the outside, that's certainly what you want to do, and on the lowest floor. And, you know, I think we'd mostly be pretty good with that. If you need additional ideas of safe places, which you need to do, just visit ksdk.com. We have all kinds of resources there. But again, notice how cool Saturday is, 53. There'll be a lot of wind around Friday night into Saturday morning. So we'll have to watch for maybe some more downed tree branches, potentially some scattered power outages, and then we'll get warmer here Sunday and into early next week, which could again fuel more thunderstorms as we head towards Tuesday of next week. So kind of crazy here weather pattern, but a typical spring pattern for the St. Louis area. And your Weather First team will be here to track it with you tomorrow. Remember, you can find us on 5+. You can find us on ksdk.com. And, you know, of course, if it's bad, we'll be on TV as well as on your social media channels. So that's just what we wanted to run through tonight. Make sure you're up to speed on what's going on. That's the very latest. The new model cycles are just starting right now. It's a little after 7 o'clock, so they're beginning to run now. So we'll get our first look at those in about an hour, hour and a half. And that'll give us yet another look at what we can expect tomorrow now that we're well within the high resolution guidance time frame here. Y'all have a good night and stay safe.